Hey everybody, going Dan Shinder here on Drum TalkTV in Globe, Arizona, 100 miles east of Phoenix in the mountains. And I'm here with Rene Barthen, who's in the Netherlands, way across a couple continents in the ocean. But it's almost like we're in the same room together, known also as the Flying Dutchman and the creator of the Blackwell snare, which we'll get to in just a moment and talk about. Rene, welcome. How are you? I've interviewed you in person, but we've never done this online. It's pretty cool.
It was a long time ago when I was in your show.
Gosh, that was at the 2019 NAMM show.
18.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. It's been a while. Time really flies. And a lot has happened since then. So, folks, one of the things we're here to talk about is this amazing snare drum that you see right there that Rene created in association and collaboration with Dixon Drums. We'll get back to that in a minute. But first, we're going to talk about why Rene created that for his friend and mentor, the late, great John Blackwell Jr., who, of course, played with Prince and many other projects. Give everybody a synopsis of your relationship with John, and then we'll show the snare drum some more and the whole package that's going to go up for auction and talk about what that's going to benefit.
Okay, well, here we go. My friendship with John was only from a distance. I never met John in person, and I met him a short time, even 1 year before he gets sick. And in 2015, around that time, John was hired at Turkey Cymbals. And he get his own cymbal line. And I was already a cymbal artist from Turkey Cymbals. And then I thought, wow, John Blackwell, he's my colleague now. So I thought, let's try to find contact with John on Messenger, Facebook. And but I did know that I didn't know if he gonna respond to the rookie from the Netherlands, but after a while he responded to me, and for me that was so cool, And so then he told me that I asked him about his signature line, and he was really happy with it. Mm-hmm. And I had the opportunity to. Later on to FaceTime with John. And and then after a while, that was an earthquake when John switched over to Dixon Drums. Mm. And that's a totally different story, because that happened the way that I heard it on the NAMM, at NAMM, and together with my colleagues now, and the brand manager Jim Uding, but he was hired later on as a Dixon Drums artist. Mm-hmm. And then one day he had a photo sessions with Miguel Monroy and a video shoot, and he showed me that one. And that was brilliant. And then he said, Rene, I'm playing with Dixon Drums. And Greg Bizionet is also there. And Greg is my old mentor from more than 25 years ago. I said, oh, wow, that is cool. And I congratulate John. And he said that he found the perfect combination with his new cymbal line and the new drums.
Yep.
And and then I told him that I worked that time many years for Pearl Drums, 17 years, and later on for Tama, a short time. And he said, Rene, with your experience, I think the Dixon family can use you. I said, well, and then he said, you have to send your resume to them. And I give you an email address and tell them that I've sent you. I said, no, I don't want any trouble, John. And, your guys are icons. I was quite skeptic, and I said, I think I don't belong there. But you know, in John's mind, he was so thrilled and about the new Dixon drums. And then I thought, you know, what I got to lose. And
Right.
yeah, I had the experience. And then later on, I sent Dixon my resume. And then after a while, I get a reply from Jim Uding. And that I was hired as a truly Dixon artist. And I was really shocked. And but Jim goes about all the artists about the US. So he said, because you're a Dutchman, I put you directly to Reliance Dixon, and that's the company behind Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
So and then my life changed in so many ways. And and then later that year, John got sick, and we know the whole story behind that. And also for me, because in my Fantasy Nation, I went to met John in person and thanked him, but it was too late, and but we lost him, and he was always on my mind. So later on, he's always with me. His logo is on my bass drums. All my Dixon T-shirts, his silhouette is printed on my hard side.
Yeah.
And that is the way how I honor John, because I'm so thankful. It's my 8 years with Dixon. I've seen you with at NAMM. I do clinics in South Africa, the US, Europe, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
And that the start was from John. So I see he brought me into the Dixon company, and I'm home. It's a beautiful company with beautiful people, and with great colleagues, and we are really one family, and that is a privilege to be a part of it.
That's great. And then a few years forward, you create this great drum that we're going to tell everybody about in a moment. Not just the drum, but there's a complete, really nice package here that on May 14th of this year, 2024, there's going to be an eBay auction for this package. And the package starts at only $500. I mean, the drum alone is worth that. But I'm going to show everybody some other goodies, and we're going to post the live eBay link starting on the 14th and share that around. But this is a really great, not only a great way to get a piece of history and part of John's legacy and what Rene created by hand, but also to benefit the hospital that helped John, right, Rene? That's in Tampa, Florida, the cancer.
I had to say not Florida. It's the Tampa General Hospital Cancer Institute.
Yes.
And that is where John was treated against cancer.
Yeah.
And and I think I thought what I'm going to do with this beautiful snare drum. And then I had an idea to, I called Yaritza Camambero Blackwell. She's the widow of John. And then I said, I've got something in mind. And I share my thoughts with her to sell the snare drum in an online auction, and to donate all the money to that cancer institute where John was treated. So I think that is a great cause. I think,
Absolutely. Let's show some more of the package. That's the logo plate.
By the way, Dan.
Yeah.
I named, you see this logo that I designed together with Yaritza.
Right.
We had much more logos, and together, more especially Yuritsa, I said, it's also a thing with you, but we both chosen for this particular logo, and I installed, of course, the Dixon logo, because two things. That is where John ended up his drum career with, the brand, his last brand, and also the brand where I get involved because of John.
Right.
All the materials that you see is all, the shell is all made and designed by me, out of one-piece pipe, and I've got a few friends who owns companies with those CNC cutting machines, and they help me out. But yeah, all the parts and the idea of the purple color is also because of John was 15 years the drummer of the new power generation.
Right.
And John's favorite colors was also purple and yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided to use the purple. So it's with purple washers, purple snare strap, etc., etc.
And cymbals are part of the package.
Yeah, and the package. Yeah, that's where it all started, Turkey cymbals. So I told them about my journey with the snare drum. And then I came up with this idea, and I asked them, guys, can you help me out to donate something? And the Turkey Cymbal Company donate a full set of John's signature cymbals. And that includes a 13-inch hi-hat, a 21 ride cymbal. There are two, but this is the one that I also own. But this is magnificent, beautiful sounding ride cymbal. Then it's out of my head, the 18-inch crash. And on top of that, the China type 19-inch.
Yep, 19-inch China. Yep.
So, so a beautiful gift from Turkey Cymbals to make this package complete, and this is the brand where it all started with.
And there's even a bag, bag from Dixon.
Yeah, I see the Dixon. My colleagues from Dixon create a beautiful snare bag with John's logo silhouette, and especially made for. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That is really sharp, JB, and yeah, his hat, his silhouette. Everybody knows this. It's also on my T-shirt here.
Yeah, and there's still more. As if this.
Yeah, and especially made for 14 at 5.5 snare drum. This is a drum throne in John's favorite two colors, purple and yellow.
Yeah.
The bass. There are two basses available. This is the light one. But it depends which person gonna is the highest bidder, because is a guy like me, a grown up, he's get the stronger bass. But this is a one of a kind a throne and saddle, and especially made for this cause. Yeah.
All of it comes as one complete package, and I have something that, if I remember right, I think you don't know about this next thing. This might be a surprise, and this is for everybody to listen to. And Rene, listen carefully. Hopefully the audio comes over really nicely. This is a message from Yuritsa Kambara Blackwell, who is John's widow. Let's listen to this message.
Dear Rene, this is Yuritsa. I am very happy that you decided to make come true with your own hands the materialization of this beautiful snare drum in the name of my late husband, John Blackwell Jr. Not only the resources you used, but your time, your long nights and days, and the time of your musician friends that help you in any kind of way. But the purpose of this great effort that you told me since the beginning to give it to charity, and you let me pick, so I chose Tampa General Hospital and its foundation because that's where John got treated at the Cancer Institute. Rene, your contact with Dixon and Turkish Symbols, the sponsors companies, also with the drummers that took their time to express their support to this cause, is very much appreciated. Special thanks to Dan, who since day one has been here with has been here with us, giving us ideas and offering his platform to announce this auction and to have a conversation with you, Rene, about your experience in the drumming world. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What is left from my side is to encourage everybody to participate in the auction. I thank you so much. Bye.
You didn't know about that, did you?
Wow, goosebumps here.
Yeah, me too.
I got quite emotional about this. Thank you, Yuritsa.
Yeah,
Yuritsa is also a beautiful lady that I didn't met in person yet. And you know that our emails is moving, and also we talk a lot. Also
on Zoom, we were able to all meet together a few times on this.
Yeah, but also the time when she goes to difficult times in her life.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful what she said with this beautiful message to me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yuritsa.
Yeah, thank you, Yuritsa. Folks, she couldn't be here with us today, so she wanted to send that special message. And I didn't know that she mentioned me because I had only listened at the beginning to test the audio, and then I just had it sitting and waiting to play for you. So that was a nice surprise as well.
Well, she said all the drummers who were involved. That's also a few names that I want to share with the people who are watching us now.
Yeah.
The late Dom Formularo was there. He was still living at the time when I was making this whole, because I'm working on this journey for 4 years now.
Yeah.
And we lost him as well. And but he was also a friend, a colleague, and also a man that I learned so much from. This person, how he talks to the audience, and I met him many times. Later on, the last time with Vader, the company where I'm with for 30 years.
Yeah.
Then Tris Imboden, the drummer of Chicago, who is a cancer survivor himself.
That's right.
So when I asked him to join us, he said immediately, Rene, I'm in. And then Pete Ray Biggin from Level 42 from the UK, he did it. David Garibaldi was in. Francesco Mendolia was in. My very old pal from my Pearl time, Horacio Hernandez, he was there. They're all beautiful drummers, and and that's still my saying. We are one nation under the groove, in good and in bad times.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And for those who don't know, if you haven't seen it yet, on Drum Talk TV channels on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, we've been posting a video that has the people that Rene is mentioning, and we will be posting that again to promote the auction with the live auction link. That'll all happen on May 14th. It'll be live for 7 days, and you have a chance to bid on, I'll show it again, this really great package moving backwards from the throne. The bag comes with John's signature silhouette patch from Dixon, a set of John's signature cymbals from Turkish Cymbals, really great work there. And of course, the custom snare drum that Rene built an association with Dixon Drums, and all of this will go to the Cancer Center that worked with John and Yaritza through that really difficult time. So it's really wonderful that you're donating all the proceeds. I happen to know that the starting bid will be at $500. And wow, that's an amazing starting bid. But let's see how high we can get it for someone to get all of that whole package sent to them.
Well, if all the drummers out there, I opened 10 minutes ago also my YouTube channel. There is also what you're gonna post, but also the little documentary that I made, and there is where I play one of John's songs and one of my favorites, and that is called Jeremiah Sleeping Nights.
Yeah.
And I play that with 3 good friends of mine, and to show the people and let them hear how the snare drum sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you this, it sounds unbelievable good.
Yeah. I've seen the video. It does. Absolutely.
And it's a really a hell of a beautiful snare drum. It's a one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
And this the only one that I made. I made not 2 of them. And my whole heart and energy is in this snare drum. But I heard from many drummers, a few, that I succeed. It's a beauty. Yeah. It's a diamond.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we will have Rene on again after the auction is live, and we'll also do an interview about Rene's career, so we can dive into that and show you some videos of him playing. And he's staying very busy. How long? Let's do a little bit of that. How long have you been playing drums? How old were you when you started?
I started really playing the drums when I was 8, and before that, I stole the drumsticks of my uncle Andre. He's the youngest brother of my mom, and he was already a professional drummer. He plays in the Dutch dancings and bars that time, then around the 70s. And I still remember his drum kit was based at my grandma, his mother.
Yeah.
And I came in and I saw 2 drumsticks, and it was a sort of magnet. And then I grabbed them and I stole them from him. So later on at home, my mom said, "What do you have there?" I said, "Oh, these are the drumsticks of Uncle Andre." What? But I don't know. It was not good to steal them, but because of him. And then I get my very first drum kit. And and I was quite young that I had quite some talent that time. If you compare it with the drummers now these days, it's insane. But we didn't have YouTube and Facebook and all those things. So, but and when I was 23, I started working at Pearl Drums at the distributor BMI, and also Vader Percussion. And I'm still with Vader Percussion with Alan Vader and Dane Marshall. Yeah, these are what I call my big brothers, and also the people who work there, my colleagues. And last NAMM, we celebrate my 30th anniversary of working in the drum industry in general.
Yeah.
So that is quite long, and it's a privilege to do. I know you. I met you in 2020 with Enya. I still remember that on the NAMM.
Yeah.
Last NAMM, it was fantastic. We had a great vibe with Greg and all the people there. All the Dixon artists were there. And like I said before, we all really one family together with 3 drum kits. So everybody was playing with each other. And it's really a gift and a privilege to be a drummer the way I am today. And it's priceless. I don't know what to explain it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's cool.
Dixon has not only a great product, but more importantly, a great staff, and also just a really great roster. And let's not forget Suzanne Morissette, who we have featured for years as the wedding drummer.
I hope she's watching now. Suzanne, I didn't know, but she was a drummer in a circus.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And the niece of our cousin from Greg, that is Stephanie Schneider, was also on the booth, and she plays the drums. And I think Greg learned all his skills to her, so she's really good. So, and then there were 3 drums, but Greg was playing the drums with her, Stephanie. And then Suzanne came on the booth. I said, come on, my beautiful lady, take a seat behind the drums and show us what you can. And then Suzanne went nuts, and she nailed it. She's a good drummer. My goodness, she was good. Yeah.
Have you seen the video that we post of her playing in her wedding dress at her wedding?
Yes, she was playing in a wedding dress. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
but
really
she is a great colleague to have, a wonderful friend, but an outstanding drummer. Really cool.
Absolutely. So folks, watch the Drum Talk TV channels for the big announcement that will include the live eBay link. That's on the 14th of May. It'll probably come out in the first part of the day, Pacific time, US, and the auction through eBay will be live for 7 days. And I'll click through these pictures one more time to show this beautiful drum that Rene created in honor of John Blackwell Jr. It's a one-of-a-kind Dixon drum created and built by Rene with some great appointments. And not just that, a set of John Blackwell Jr.'s signature Turkish cymbals, hi-hats, crash, ride, and a china, as well as a cymbal bag by Dixon, which also includes John's silhouette logo. But there's more. A throne with John's favorite colors, purple and yellow. It's a one-of-a-kind. So it's a really beautiful package for any drummer who plays any style of music at any level of proficiency. And even more importantly, the funds go to the Tampa Cancer Center, who helped John and Yuritsa through that time of his life. And Rene, just not enough can be said about what you've done in John's name for his legacy and to help the hospital as well.
Well, I promised Dixon that they are stuck with me until I cannot play the drums anymore. And they were laughing. I said to the guys, I'm home.
Yeah.
And so long I can play the drums, no matter how, John is always around. Even in my car, there's a little logo on my T-shirts, on my, I'm playing in a Toto tribute band called Kingdom of Desire.
Yeah.
And I've got a sort of replica of Simon Phillips drum kit. I own 2 of them. But also on the bass drum, his silhouette is there, and even my first drum kit, that's one of them, is also that I named Blackwell, because that was the first one. The second one is called the Phantom. But and even that I know John in such a short time. That short time was so intense, also because of the loss of John. That day I'm never gonna forget when the news arrived me that he passed. But that's why it became so very special to me, this whole thing. And now this journey, what I'm gonna close, was sort of a mission, I can tell you. And now after the auction is done, the mission is, what you say, accomplished. Mission accomplished, is that good?
Mission accomplished, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a difficult word for me to say, but so that's the way I feel it. It's done. Then we are home. We did it. Yuritsa, I, you, and all the people who were involved with this, and I'm so thankful. And I'm hoping that the people gonna join on the 14th of May, the eBay link that we're going to post. I'm going to post it as well. And yeah, let's think also of the people who are dealing with cancer. That's also a thing. So that's I'm going to be 55 in a few weeks, but around me I have to deal also with friends who are dealing with cancer. So that is why this cause means so much to me, and I hope that one day we find a solution that we all can move on and there is no cancer anymore, but hopefully I'm praying. Yeah.
Rene, thanks so much for your contribution to this, and thank you everybody for watching and for following what we do. Please share this around, get the word out, and watch for the new posts that will include the live eBay auction link on May 14th. Thanks so much, everybody. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Dan, and everybody out there. We are one nation under the groove. Take care.
Absolutely.